Okay, so I'm now setting your homework for just 7 little exercises that you can bring into your day every day. So you're going to need a few props for this. Firstly, if you get a towel or a rug, also the little half dome that I've provided you with, this is going to be essential for your quite tight calves, and also the little band that I've given you as well. We might be able to change this up depending on how we get strong throughout the sessions, but we're going to start on the blue and we'll move up. So first of all, we're going to do the standing stance that we showed you in the first session. So let's get really working on this one. So you can use your half dome to help you with this, because the straight line of it is going to really help us. Or you can use the tiles on your floor if you want to. Let me just sort of readjust myself. So I've got tiles on the floor here. I'm going to level my feet up on one side. So we want to make sure that this knobbly bit at the side of your toe and the heel is in line. So level that up on the side of your tile if you can. Use your half dome on the other side, and making sure that you're nice in parallel position. It's very important that your foot positioning, so it will help your hips align, knees align, and it's all connected, of course. So making sure also that your toes are nicely spread, that you can feel nice and relaxed in this stance. So if I just take it from the side, what we're aiming for is that your shoulder is in line with the elbow, in line with the hip, the knee, and then the knobbly bit of your ankle. So you might want to get in front of a mirror for that bit if you can. So also bring your body weight into the back of your heels to make sure that you feel nice and relaxed in that position. Now, because your calves are quite tight, you might feel this in your calves already, but go with it anyway. And really, every time that you need to stand up at work, just try to get yourself into this stance, because it really will help. I know it seems really picky, but it really will help you. So level yourself up and get yourself into the stance, and making sure now that your chin, to keep moving the camera, isn't poking forwards, because a lot of people when they stand, they'll stand like this with their chin out. So making sure that your chin is pushed in. Again, you might need a mirror. And also that your ribs aren't flowing out as well, so draw those in and allow yourself to be relaxed and put the weight into the heels. So that's your first little thing, that's the stance. Now we're going to show how to sit properly as well, and this will help again at work when you're sitting at the desk. Do take these props along with you, where they will help. So you may use this, although I'm not quite sure you will need this, but let's have a go anyway. So we're going to sit down on the chair, and if any chair that you sit on, try not to sit with your back on it, okay? Because you're just going to really misalign your pelvis if we do that. So just try to sit on the front third of the chair so the back is away from the back of the chair. Again, we want that leg into nice 90-degree angle, and that your little bone on your foot is in line with the knee. Also using this, if you want to line the foot up to make sure it's nice and parallel. Again, just sit nice and relaxed, and just check yourself that you're not stooped forward and your thoracic spine is curved over. Just open the chest, keep nice and light, keep the rib cage down, and keep the chin in if possible. I know that's difficult if you're at a desk and you're sticking forward, but all the time just think about rolling the shoulders back and down and allowing the arms to flow freely. Now, also the spine is important to keep into this position so that the pelvis is sitting perfectly on the chair. If you find that you're in this position slumped, you might want to take your towel or little rug and pop it underneath your tailbone. So what happens then is just tilt your pelvis forward a little bit, and it'll keep you into a nicer feeling. Or alternatively, you could use your half dome. If you're going to take this to work, because it'd be great if when you're standing a lot to use this half dome. You can take it and just pop it again just underneath your tailbone, so you just tip forward slightly. Again, can you see how that just makes you feel much more comfortable in that position? So it's your choice, but what we're trying to aim for here is to every time that you're seated and you're standing, that you're really aligning the body so that the pelvis has every chance for the muscles around it to be flexible, strong, and sustain your body weight basically. So now we're going to go on to stretching the feet. We did quite a lot of stretching the feet in the first session. Let me just again adjust the camera. You can do this starting again on the chair. So sit in the front of the chair like you did and take your foot behind you and place your toe, knuckles, on the floor and just put a little bit of pressure on to that foot. So you will feel a stretch. You might feel a bit unusual, but it really does help. Again, getting those feet nice and moving can make a massive difference to the pelvis and the rest of the body. So just a nice stretch on that side and just try to hold it for a minute or two. And again, if you're at the desk, this is quite easy to do. Slip your shoes off if you're possible. And you can do this sitting at the desk. And then obviously switch over to the other side and do the other side. Again, if you can, hold it for a minute or two. Just so that and some days you'll find they're tighter than others, especially if you're wearing those high heels. You will find this is quite tight. So again, this is really going to help your pelvic floor. It's going to help your body align. It's going to help your back issues and all sorts of things. So you can also do this move standing up as well. So if you're next to something, you might want to just use a chair or something to hang on to, but turning the toes under. Try to resist the temptation to push the heel to the side. Use it so that it is in line with the knee. Just check mine is in line, and keeping that body upright. Now the further the leg is away from you, the harder it is. So you might want to start here and then build up to there. Again, it's up to you. So while we're here, let's still carry on with toes, and let's start to do the big toe lift. So spread the feet, get yourself into that perfect stance again, nice in line, parallel feet, and then pushing all of the toes and the soles of the feet down into the floor. Lift the big toe on the right side first, just do the right side, and you'll notice the bones and ligaments and muscles all working differently. You'll feel that. And then do the other side, up and down with that, just the big toe. This is difficult for me because this side isn't working as well, so you get the idea. So we're trying to isolate and really build the muscles in the sole of the foot, in the arch of the foot, all of the foot and ankle really. So just keep doing those anytime you can, as much as you can. Try and have a go at those. Now we're going to do some stretching on the calves. Now this one's going to be perfect for you because your calves are fairly short. So take your dome, pop it onto the floor and place just the ball of the foot on the dome. Take your foot behind first and make sure you're standing up nice and straight. So try not to stick your bottom out like this. And then as you feel you can, just inch your foot forward so that you'll feel the stretch in the body of the muscle here. If you feel it too tight in the knee, just ease off a little bit. You might want to just do a step forward and back like that, just to find the length in that calf. But each time you move, it'll get a little bit longer and I'll get used to the movement, and then a nice stretch. And then when you get a little bit more advanced, we can step forward, but we'll just keep it easy to start with. So take the foot back and just ease into it. And then of course, do the other side the same. So really, if you can, anytime, I don't know, when you're cooking the dinner, whatever, just get on this half dome. It really, really will help you. You will be amazed at the difference in your pelvic floor and your back issue, just because the calves are tight. And it might be to do with you wearing high heels, but I get it that you have to for your work. Now, the next one will be a double calf stretch. So again, we're going to be using the back of the chair for this one, no dome. So take the chair, turn it round, and again, get into your stance. So your feet are nicely parallel, toes are spread, side of the foot are nice and straight, side of the feet nice and straight. And pop the hands on the back of the chair just for a little bit of balance. And I want you to stick your bum backwards. So the back stays straight and you're leaning forward. I'm just going to slide that chair away. Now, you might just get here and you'll feel it behind your knees and your thighs. But the idea here is this is what we don't want. We don't want to arch back. We want to keep the back nice and in line and in neutral spine, and we're pushing that bottom right back, so you're going to feel it in the calves. Now I am quite flexible in my calves and thighs, so you know, I can go all the way where my head's coming in between my arms, and you want to keep that tailbone lifted. So think about pushing your bottom out to the back of the room if you can. But it, you know, obviously again, we'll work with this as we go along. You'll get deeper and deeper into that stretch. So hold that stretch for about 30 seconds, give yourself a little rest, and do 3 sets if you can. Now, the next one is going to require me to show you my knees. So let's show me your knees. Now, we did this one again together. This is about releasing your kneecaps. Now, I can see that one of your kneecaps is quite tight, and that really is basically saying that your thighs are quite tight. So we do need to, those stretches we've just done are going to help that, but also we'll do some other stuff on it. I see you one-to-one. So first of all, sit on the edge of the chair, look down at your knees and just try to tweak them. See how my muscles are working at the top of the thigh here, and the knees, just tweaking them, sliding them up and down. So try one against the other one. I know one of mine is a little bit resistant compared with the other. So start it whilst you're sitting on a chair with your legs leaning forward like that, so you can see your knees, you can see what's happening with them, and then progress to standing, again back in your normal stance, weight back on the heels, and then start to do that little kneecap dance. Again, this takes a little bit of practice, you just need to keep with it. So a good place to do this is when you're in the shower. Also, your big toe lifts are good to do in the shower. I always do that while I'm sitting under the water. I look down at my feet, do the big toe lifts, manipulate the feet a little bit, and then do a little kneecap release as well. It just, some days your thighs will be tighter than others, and you know, as we get moving through the course, you will find that they will loosen off, and you will again, it massive effect on the lower back and pelvis. Now the final one is the monster walk. So all I want you to do is get back into that normal stance. So again, line the feet up, use the dome if you need to. Side of the feet, check they're nice and parallel. And your kneecaps are relaxed, and your hips are in line with the knees and the front part, the middle part of the foot. And your body is nicely relaxed, the arms are at the side. So all we're going to do is keep the legs straight. We're going to take a step to the side and then go back into the parallel. So just step 3 times one way, like that, and then 3 times the other way. So we call this the monster walk. It's going to build the muscles around the side of your legs, and just keep going. Now what I don't want is this listing. Okay, so no rocking of the body, that's not, we don't want that, okay? What we do want is some nice straight legs, keeping the body as stable as possible. It takes a little bit of practice, and resist the urge to bend the knees, keeping the feet forward, and try not to keep looking down at the feet if you can, but you might need to the first few times, so that you're making sure that your toes are still facing forwards, because some of the other things that happens is your feet go out to the side, and that's working completely different muscles. So you're quite good at this one, so I want you to use your band straight away. Well, do a few reps, do 3 sets of 3 without the band, and then put this around your calves, and then we're going to really hit those side of the bottom muscles. So feet facing forwards again, check your stance, the weight's in the back of the heels, the knees are in line with the middle part of the foot and the hips, and the shoulders are back and down. Let's go. So we go 1, 2, and 3, and then back again. So keep doing this. Do it with me now. I'll do the sets with you, because after set 2, you'll probably, that's set 1. So you go 3 there, 3 back. That's set. We're coming back for now for set 2. Oh yes, I can already feel it in the side of the thighs and into the buttocks. It's called a glute med. So you're going to really feel that. So good. Strengthening that side of the thighs can make a massive difference to the pelvic floor. 1 more, and relax. Great. So if you can do those as much as you can, I mean, in an ideal world, 4 times out of the 7 days, if possible. although you can build them into your life. So if you can build them into your life, even better, because you're going to see results much quicker. So if you have any questions or anything, just pop them in the group and I'll let you know the answers. See you.